What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys, with the nation, for another video. And today, we are here as promised, man. I'm keeping this promise to you guys. We drop in videos or lives or both every single day, man. So, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, I got you guys five major players that I believe the Las Vegas Raiders need to lock down slash resign, hopefully before the opening of free agency, because I simply do not want any of these guys to touch the open market, as I think their values will get higher than what we should or want to pay for them. And then once we compete with the rest of the market, who knows? Maybe one of these guys could slip away from us. So I got five names. I got two honorable mentions for you guys as well. So don't get too mad at me. They might be in the honorable mentions for you guys. So starting off, number one, somebody who is only 27 years old, surprisingly, played with the Cincinnati Bengals, then joined the Las Vegas Raiders. Didn't expect much from him. He was on the practice squad. We elevated him after a bunch of injuries and trading away Jonathan Hankins. Mr. Andrew Billings completely bursted onto the scene. As you guys know, man, this dude right here is the complete run stopper. Some would say that's maybe all he can do, but that's fine. That is fine. I still want that on my team. We need good depth and we need good run stoppers in goal-to-goal situations, situational football, portions of the game. He can really dominate in those close quarter combats. So Andrew Billings is my number one guy on this list because I really like him. I think that you could get him for a reasonable 2-year, $6 million deal. Let's say 4.5 that is guaranteed, $3 million on average per season. I think that's fair. Depth piece, he can rock out, come back in the silver and black. I like Andrew Billings a ton. Now, moving on, we're sticking on the defensive side of the ball. There's not many on the offense here because we know where we need that help at. But sticking on the defensive side of the ball is actually somebody who we traded for. He was on a rookie deal still, if you guys did not know. After trading away Yannick Ngakoue over to the Indianapolis Colts, we did acquire Mr. Rock Ya-Sin. Now, Rock Ya-Sin, before dealing with injuries outside with Nate Hobbs in the inside, man, this was looking like a nice revamped cornerback room. Injuries kind of derailed him a little bit later on in the season, but I still think Rock Ya-Sin is worthy of bringing back. I really want us to bring him back now that his rookie contract is over. Like I said, he was on the last year of his deal after we traded away Yannick Ngakoue for him. But he's going to be a little bit more expensive than Andrew Billings, but I think you should lock him in on a 3-year deal because he's only 26. So you'll get him for until he's 29, 3 years, $22.5 million, making $7.5 million on average a season. Now, out of those $22 million, let's say that 13 of it is guaranteed. So he has more than half of that bread up front and feels comfortable staying in Sin City and Vegas. I know this one may be a little bit of a question mark for a lot of fans. I know a lot of us wanted to critique him. I think that, like I said, Rock Ya-Sin played great the first half of the season. Injuries really derailed him. He had to go up, step up, come back from injury, then go out there, be the number one corner, because then we had Nate Hobbs on IR. So he was fluctuating a lot. I think $7.5 million for a solid number 2 corner is very reasonable. I like Rock Ya-Sin, like I said. A number 2 corner. He's not the guy. He's not the guy that we need. But he is a damn good player to lock down the opposing team's number 2 or number 3 option. Rock Ya-Sin hopefully can stay in Sin City with the silver and black. Now, moving on, one of the few on offense, but to me, this guy really came out and shocked me. Now, during the offseason, when we made this pickup, a little bit confused, right? I thought, well, if we're going to go get a receiver, let's go get this person, let's go get that person. That's Mr. Mac Hollins, the man with the fro, the man with the crazy hair, the man that don't like shoes. Mac Hollins coming over from the Dolphins as a special teams ace. He then became more than just that, dealing a bunch of good kickoff and punt coverages. This man needs to stay in the silver and black. His situation's a little bit different. He's already going to crack 30 years old, but I still think he's worthy of a 2-year, $6.5 million deal with 4 of it guaranteed. The reason why I say that, look, man, $3.25 million a year. He made about 1.6 this season. I definitely think he's doubled his worth just for the simple fact that I think he did more than what he was doing in the Dolphins. I think he did more here than what he was doing there. Therefore, his agent or himself may want to rework a little bit of his money to go up, man. You know, he was also a pretty good asset in our receiving game. Got a lot of pretty crucial passes here and there. And he offered quite a bit to this offense, man. I'm not gonna lie. On special teams, a monster. 2 years, $6.5 million, 3.25. Could probably get that lower because maybe we don't let him test the waters in free agency. But I definitely think that that's a safe deal. Maybe you could get him around closer to 5.5. Regardless, I think that you bring Mac Hollins back. But next up on this list, look, I would have wanted to sign this man for a longer amount of time, but the injury bug finally followed him over from the Chargers. We know first time Pro Bowler last year, big time playmaker after we traded for him from the Panthers. Denzel Perryman had a Pro Bowl season, was almost the league leader in tackles last year, but this year he caught the injury bug. But I still want him back, and I think he's still a good option for this defense, especially on first and second downs where we know we're going to face teams that really want to run that ball. So, Denzel Perryman, I think we bring him back on a pretty simple 1 year, $5 million contract with 3.5 of that guaranteed right up front so that he could have $5 million total at the end of the season. Why not bring Denzel Perryman back? He is already up there in age. I think that's fair, right? He got the injury bug. Maybe he wants to go elsewhere. I highly doubt it. Speedy recovery on the shoulder surgery that he did just get as well. Denzel Perryman, 4 on my list. Definitely somebody that I'd like to see return. Now, last but not least, before we get into the honorable mentions, this man right here, hopefully, once all the games today are over in the Sunday slate, we find out that this man right here is the league leader in rushing yards for the 2022-23 season. Mr. Josh Jacobs. This man is him. He is him. This man right here, almost 1650 in rushing yards. I think it was 1643. The man is a baller. Yes, a baller, man. On a contract year, after the Raiders declined his 5th-year option, we're going to have to hit him with the franchise tag. Now, the franchise tag for a running back this season is $12.7 million, which may seem like a lot for a running back. I know Josh McDaniels maybe he didn't have too much say when he was with New England on paying running backs, but he also never had the league leader in rushing yards in New England. So there's a bit of a difference, right? A man that contributed almost 2,000 or more than 2,000 scrimmage yards this year needs to be back in the silver and black. There's no way that you let the man walk out the door. And worst comes to worst, he gets a franchise tag, and we may not see him the following season. But this coming year, he has to be back in the silver and black. In the best interest, in my opinion, I think the Raiders need to hit him with a franchise tag. Then on top of that, extend him for a 2-year, $23 million deal for a total of $35.7 million with 11.9 on average per season. And guess what? You can guarantee half of that. You can guarantee 25 of that. It does not matter to me. I would rather it be half so then there's an out on the 3rd year. I would love for us to get an extension going with Josh Jacobs. He is young. So a 3-year deal would put him back in free agency at 28, which gives him a good shot, barring injuries, to get another contract in his late 20s, which would be fair to him. So I would love to see us lock up Josh Jacobs because he had a monster season, breaking all types of records this year. We love JJ2A. He proved a lot of us wrong. He proved me wrong, and I will be definitely glad to have him back. Now, my 2 honorable mentions, I would love to see these guys back in the silver and black, but I just don't know how much our regime will value these guys. We have Darren Waller, so I don't know how much we're going to value Foster Moreau, who is set to become a free agent. I personally really like Foster. I would love Foster to become a Las Vegas Raiders for many years to come, but if it can't be done, I understand. But Foster Moreau does get on my honorable mentions. he should have a decent market moving forward. I hope we can see him in the silver and black moving forward as well. Now, the next guy is a seasoned veteran. We picked him up. He's been with the Falcons. He's been with the Patriots. He's known as the closer. He's had a few interceptions for us this year. Made a few big plays, a few strips on the season. Duron Harmon, man. I think that he is a perfect safety net in the backfield. Like I said, he's on the honorable mentions list because he's a little bit up there in age, and I don't know how much they're going to value bringing back a 33, mid-30s year old veteran into this new season that's coming up. Maybe they look for adding more guys in the draft, but we'll have another video soon about more options that we could get in free agency, because this is actually a very, very, very good free agent safety class in this season. So who knows? Ron Harmon and Foster, my two honorable mentions, with Andrew Billings, Matt Collins, Rock Ya-Sin, JJ, 2-8, and Denzel Perryman being my top 5 major must-read signs on the season. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who did I miss? Or do you think that Foster is a major must-read sign? Do you think that Duron is a must-read sign? Let me know all of your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. As always, you guys, I love you. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And on your way out, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that little bell so you go ding each time you get a notification and you know that I'm live or dropping a video. Almost at 7K. Like I said, sub up, y'all. I love y'all. Have a blessed day. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.